Hello, students. Welcome in today's session for the second part of the quadrilateral, where we will learn about the various special type of quadrilaterals, that is about parallelogram, rhombus, rectangle, and squares. So, students, in the first part of my video, you have watched and wrote me about the suggestion feedback of that video that you have liked most, and you have subscribed also. You told that it is very useful for you all students in gaining the clear concepts of about the quadrilateral and its properties, as well as its various classes, where quadrilaterals have been classified into different categories of special quadrilaterals. So in continuation of that, since it is an important topic for class 9, so, and being the lengthy one topic, I have broken this topic into three parts for your comfort in gaining the sound concept related to quadrilateral. Here, in the second part of this quadrilateral topic, our target will to learn about a quadrilateral if it is given and some conditions with this quadrilateral also given, that and it is asked to prove the given quadrilateral as a parallelogram, or in some question it may be asked to prove it as a rhombus, as a rectangle, and as a square. Then what will be the stepwise concept in proving the given quadrilateral as a parallelogram, or as a rhombus, or rectangle, or square? So let us discuss one by one. If a given quadrilateral is asked to prove a parallelogram, then we have to recall the properties of a parallelogram, that there are 5 properties. Among these, any one in a converse way we will establish there that either its both pair of opposite sides are parallel, so given quadrilateral fulfills the condition of a parallelogram, so it is a parallelogram. Or if we don't prove this, then we will take the help of its both pair of opposite sides, making them equal, then it also can be proved as a parallelogram. Or if it is easy to make both the pairs of opposite angles equal, then we will make them equal. On that basis also we can state, I mean any one condition we will establish there, we will prove there. The fourth condition, that if we show that its sum of two adjacent angles is 180, or its diagonals bisect each other, then among these 5, if we bring any one condition there, then with the help of this converse property we can state that the given quadrilateral is a parallelogram. Now, student, it is clear. Now we take that given quadrilateral is asked to prove as a rhombus. Then our works will be, first of all we will prove it that it is a parallelogram. How? Just bringing any one converse properties among the 5 discussed just now in case of parallelogram. So we will prove it as a parallelogram. then we will show its any two adjacent sides equal by making two adjacent triangles congruent. So with the help of this congruent triangles, we can take the result by simplicity that its two sides, adjacent sides are equal. And then by stating that given quadrilateral is a parallelogram with two adjacent sides equal, so it is now the property shown by a rhombus, so it means the given quadrilateral is a rhombus. Now to prove a given quadrilateral as a rectangle, what we will do? We will prove it first as a parallelogram by bringing any one converse property to this quadrilateral for a parallelogram, and then we will show that its each angle is 90 degree. If we bring these two, if we prove these two steps, that given quadrilateral is a parallelogram whose each angle is 90 degree, then on the basis of these two results we can state that given quadrilateral is a rectangle. Now to come to the square that a given quadrilateral is asked to prove as a square, then with the help of given clues and with the help of all 5 conditions, including one new condition also, which is called necessary and sufficient conditions for a parallelogram, that is a given quadrilateral to be proved as parallelogram. One more rule is there, which is called necessary and sufficient condition. Let us try to understand what is necessary and sufficient condition for a quadrilateral to be a parallelogram. This necessary and sufficient condition states that not necessary to take its both pair of opposite sides, as we have taken earlier in case of parallelogram proof, in case of rhombus proof, in case of rectangle proof. So in addition to these 5 rules, one more rule is there, which is called necessary and sufficient condition. With the help of this rule, we can prove that given quadrilateral is a parallelogram. It states that it is necessary not to take both the pairs of opposite side, rather to take only one pair of opposite side. It is necessary, and make them parallel and equal, then it is sufficient that the given quadrilateral is a parallelogram. That's why such name is given by our scholar mathematician, that it is called necessary and sufficient condition, that take one pair of opposite side of given quadrilateral and prove them equal and parallel both. If we do so, then on the basis of this result, we can say that given quadrilateral is a parallelogram. In the second part, what we will do, we will prove its any two adjacent sides equal. Okay. Now in the third part, what we will do, we will show that its each angle is 90 degree. So students, recall it, remind it, note it, that while establishing a given quadrilateral, while proving it as a square, the works will be in 3 parts. In first part, prove it as a parallelogram. In the second part, prove it as a rhombus by making any two adjacent sides equal. And in the third part, make each angle of this parallelogram 90 degree. which is the properties of a rectangle, then your quadrilateral given will act like a parallelogram, will act like a rhombus, as well as act like a rectangle. And we know, we have seen that a square is a quadrilateral, which is a parallelogram with two adjacent sides equal and each angle 90 degree. So if we bring all these three, if we fulfill all these three, that given quadrilateral is established as parallelogram. Then its two adjacent sides are equal, then its each angle is 90 degree. Finally, we can state on the basis of all these results, what results we have obtained in three different parts. On the basis of these results, we can say that now it shows the properties of a square. So given quadrilateral is a square. So in this way, our rider problems will be solved by taking these clear concepts. So student, remember that now we have not 5, rather 6 conditions. Among these 6, if we prove any one, if we establish any one for the given quadrilateral, then on the basis of this we can say that it is a parallelogram. And then following the rules for a rhombus, for a rectangle, and for a square, as discussed we have already, so we can prove any one question where the quadrilateral given is to be proved as parallelogram or a rhombus or rectangle or a square. So student, let us stop here this part 2 session, and in the next part 3 session of this topic we will discuss the learning outcomes remaining. What are there, like some theorems are there which is asked in exam also to prove. So we will prove some theorems, and the remaining any more if there. So student, hope that it is very clear for you all in gaining the concept of quadrilateral, as well as in solving the rider's problem of your book, whether it is any book, either NCERT or some other. You can solve almost all questions watching this video. So thanks student for watching my video and subscribing it. So again I appeal you to subscribe my videos and also share with your friends, and don't forget to write your comments also, so that your suggestion, your valuable comments I may share in the next upcoming video. Till then, it's goodbye. Thanks once again. We will meet again in the new upcoming video. Till then, have a nice day. Okay, students.